Hello and welcome to Tuesday. We are live for Visible Live Season 6, Episode number 4, which is the awesome show, because you can't spell awesome without me meaning you. Super excited to host you this morning. Good morning, Tamara. So what I wanted to talk with you about today is a bit about content repurposing. And I guess there's one of the things, hey Catherine, some of the big troubles, hey Jeanette, the big troubles, big problems that a lot of people that I talk to have is around time. They get stuck with time, they get stuck with feeling the need to constantly be putting new content into the internet, because that's where we put it, right? Putting new content up on the internet every day on a daily basis, relentlessly, every minute of every day. And I guess, yes, the internet, hey Georgina, the internet is a very hungry beast. It's like a growing boy, really, when they hit that, that maybe 12, 13 years old. And it doesn't matter how much food you throw at them, you just can't fill them up. I guess that's a little bit like what the internet's like, right? It's like constantly looking for new information. It's looking for new ways of connecting. It's looking for, and the audience on there obviously, are looking for new and different ways of being able to connect with you, engage with you, learn from you, be inspired by you. And a lot of the time, I know for a lot of people I talk to, they're like, well, oh my gosh, if all I'm doing is spending endless hours constantly pumping out content, when is it that I'm actually going to be able to do what it is that I do? When am I going to actually get to work with clients? When am I going to be making those sales? When am I going to be able to do the things that I really want to do in order, why am I doing all this freaking marketing if I run out of time to be able to do the work? And I think one of the things here is, the thing we've got to get really, really clear on is about how we can use one piece of writing or one piece of content or one blog or anything like that in as many ways as humanly possible. Now, some of you might be familiar with the good old capsule wardrobe. So a capsule wardrobe might look like this, where you've got 2 pairs of pants, 3 shirts, 4 jackets, a couple of scarves, a beanie, maybe it's a bit more than that, 5 shirts and 5 pairs of pants. But what that gives you the opportunity to do once you start mixing and matching is that you've got 2 items essentially that you can wear in a bunch of different, or more items, that you can wear in a bunch of different ways. So the way that I think about it is, if you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tops, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pants, hey Joe, right? You can wear top number 1 with pants number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. So there's 5 days that you could get out of that one top. Now, obviously, I'm not going to suggest that you wear the same top every day for 5 days, because you would probably smell. But, hey Sarah, but what you could do is you could alternate it between top 1 and then 2 goes to 1, or a 2 goes to 2, and then later on, a few days later, you could do 1 with 2, right? So it gives you, I don't know how many permutations that is. It's many, right? Hashtag not a mathematician. But there are many options that you can do with that capsule wardrobe. And what's really great is that you could then use an accessory, you could use a beanie, you could use a different scarf, you could use a different jacket to make it look different again, and then you could mix it with different shoes or whatever. So it gives you a really strong foundation in order for you to then start either layering on or layering off, for you to be able to mix with different pants, different tops, so on and so forth. So I guess that's kind of the way that I think about your content. Now, if you are creating a really great piece of writing, let's say once a week, and you've then got the ability to share all of that writing in one post. So let's say it's a blog post that you have written, and we'll use that as the example to start with. So you write one blog. Now, that one blog can be shared on your website. You can put it up as a post on Facebook in its whole entirety. You could put it up as a whole post on LinkedIn, and if there are too many words, you could post it as an article on LinkedIn. You could post it as a post with a photo up on Instagram in its entirety. Now, it might mean that you do some words in the first part and then you have it continued on in the comments, but you could do it that way. Where else are we going to put it? We're going to email it out to your email list. You can take then, you've got that's 5 ways. So we've got that one piece of writing in 5 ways without really thinking about it, using it in its entirety. Now, the other cool thing about writing blogs, as you know, there are little like truth bombs and little quotes that you can pull out of that writing for kind of like a right between the eyes type moment. So this is like literally what I do. So you'll see at different times that I'll post out a few sentences in together rather than all of the whole piece of writing. Now, that's usually come from somewhere else. It's usually come from a blog. It's usually come from maybe a PS. It might have come from somewhere else that I've gone and posted that, but I just use these little snippets. So you can use that one piece of writing that you perhaps do at the start of every week or every day if you're really ambitious, and you can turn it into picture quote type memes of yourself and use that writing for that. And you can use that on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. Let's use those 3 main ones. You could also share that in an email that goes out to your list if you're sending it out as like a newsletter type format, right? The other thing that you can do, like something that you guys know that I'm really passionate about is Facebook live streams or video blogging, depending on, what works better for you. If you're okay with doing things on a bit more, like this isn't really on the fly, right? I've thought about it. I know what it is that I want to share, and I know roughly about how long it is that I'm going to talk for. With a video blog, it's the same, but your live streams don't necessarily have to be completely on the fly, but obviously with blogging, you don't have a live studio audience watching you, interacting with you, like clapping, or anything like that. Like video blogging is where you're literally speaking into a camera and you can go, oh, cut, which is what I do. It's like, blah, 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 oh, cut. And then you start again. And then you go from there. But there are ways that you can use these live streams as well in multiple different ways. So the first thing that you do is you do your live, right? Like what we've done today. We've been talking for nearly 10 minutes. And what will happen off the back of this is I will share it on my personal profile. I will share it over onto LinkedIn. I will share it. I'll actually download this video and put it up onto YouTube. I will also, if you're listening on SoundCloud, good morning, I will take the audio out and put it up onto SoundCloud. I can also go and have it transcribed. So send it off to rev.com or to Temi and have the actual transcription completed. And then I can also share that as an added bonus, for instance. I could also then treat all of that text like what we did with the written blog, where we can share different pieces out of there in different posts. We can create picture quotes out of it. We can create memes out of it. We can create all of the things, right? So the thing that I want you to be thinking about is at the start of every week, and ideally this might be on a Sunday perhaps, or on a Monday, or whatever day, it doesn't really matter, whatever day, what I'd encourage you to think about every week is what is my core content for this week? What core content am I going to create this week? And it could be a live stream, it could be a video blog, it could be a written blog. And in fact, I'd probably look at doing those 3 things. Written blog, video, live stream, and I forget what else I said. Video blog, written blog, live stream, I think I said. So if you can get those 3 things done, then the other thing is like you don't have to just use that written blog, let's say this week. You can repurpose it in another few weeks' time. So start to create a bank of content. And then that way you're able to then recycle it so long as you are still doing the same thing that you've been doing, right? unless you've reinvented and you've gone from being a business coach to being a health coach or being a beautician or whatever it is. So long as the content is still relevant to what it is that you're doing and your whole philosophy and ethos, then that would make sense. But essentially, there are many different ways that you can tweak what it is that you've done. And what I really love about this is that it's about being efficient. It's about being smart. It's about being really intelligent with what you're creating. And for the most part, I know that for all of the people who I've seen come through here, your stuff is pretty much timeless, right? So it doesn't mean that the stuff that you share today, and it is the 4th of June 2019, the stuff that you share today isn't necessarily going to go out of fashion or stop working in 3 months' time. So of course you can reshare stuff now, and I think that actually works really, really well. So that's pretty much that. So here's what you need to do. Your action steps for today are to either write or film something that you can use online, right? So write a blog, film a video, do whatever it is that you're going to do. So in order to do that, think about the topic that you're going to talk about. Perhaps think about the stories that you're going to share as part of that. Now, for me, where this became really, really paramount and really prevalent was I was at one point, I was so busy marketing, I was so busy delivering, I was so busy running webinars twice a week, I was really busy doing delivery, I was really busy filming, like I was doing all of the things, and it really led to burnout. And what burnout does, it impacts your creativity, it impacts your mindset, it increases anxiety, it creates this cesspool of shitness, right? And so instead of trying to constantly feed the internet with all of the new things all of the time, it's like I had to sit down and go, okay, actually let's make this really efficient. How can I use this piece of content in multiple different ways? The other thing is you'll see that I put a photo up today about an hour ago that said, I can see it on my screen. It said, yes, it's outrageous to think that you can still be you and still get hot, cold clients. Welcome to the land of the delusional. And that picture quote, we'll call it a picture quote, what I do with that gets shared on Facebook, it will be shared on LinkedIn, it will be shared on Instagram, it will be shared via email, it will be probably put on my personal profile. So that's one piece of content, 5 different ways. Now, the other thing that I'll do with the text and the copy that's in there is I'll probably also use that in a different way in order to promote bold. So I'm pretty sure like at the bottom of that, the formatting's not excellent. I talk about bold, which we're starting on Friday. So depending on what it is that you're doing, you can also use these picture quote and memes and things like that to form your sales posts as well. So you can kind of extend on their usage. Trust that makes sense. Alrighty. So that is that. So you know what it is that you need to do. Get writing or get filming. Turn that into as many pieces of marketing material that you can. And what the big thing about this that I think is really helpful is that this actually keeps you on message. It keeps you on point. It keeps you consistent across the board. It also keeps the tone kind of similar as well, right? And then that means that your audience, when they're watching you, your hot cold clients, maybe before they become hot cold clients, they're able to see, oh yeah, okay, like this person is always, like in my instance, this person's always talking about visibility. So content repurposing is about you being able to put multiple pieces of content out there while being visible without you feeling like all you're doing all day, every day is sitting in front of a freaking computer, creating content. I mean, whilst it's fun, you still need payoff, you still need clients, you still need inquiries, you still need to make sales into your programs or your courses or your service, whatever it is that you're selling. So this helps you to be consistent. It helps you to stay on message. It helps you to be seen, stand out, be visible, and look like you're always putting something different out there in order for people to be able to consume it. The other thing that I just wanted to remember, or that I just want you to remember before we wrap this up for today, is that you might go and share one of these things out there right now, right? And you might not get you might get little to no interaction on it or whatever, and that's totally fine. Alternatively, what might happen is that you go and share the same thing perhaps out there in 2 weeks' time, and you've got different people looking at it with different eyes. And I really believe that when the student is ready, the teacher appears, or when the teacher is ready, the student appears, right? And so for me, what that means is that you could share the same thing in 3 weeks as what you shared today, but it'll actually capture people in a different way. You can listen to the same song, and I've had this happen. You can listen to the same song over and over and over and over again, and even sing along with it, and then not until sometimes years later go, oh, that's what that meant. Or, oh my God, like I've been singing that and I didn't ever actually realize what it was that I was singing. This is completely crazy. So don't be afraid of resharing things that you've shared in the past. Put it up as a new post. Don't go back and then share it, okay? Just go back, go in and share it as a whole brand new, as if it's a whole brand new piece of content. So there you go, everybody. You know what you need to do. Get out there, go help some people, make this happen, have fun doing it, share your stories, share your anecdotes, share your wisdom, share your sass, share your wit, share things in the way that feels really good for you, because you know that your audience are really going to go, oh, thank God. Somebody who's telling it like it is, someone who is funny, who's like me, who is identifiable, who is relatable. And that's really where the magic happens, because as you know, people buy from people, and people buy from people that they like. So there you go. Now, if you are curious about joining Bold, you should totally come and play along with it, because Bold is going to be freaking amazing. In fact, it's already started off being amazing. We dropped the pre-work just late last week, and we start on Friday. Totally awesomeness, Sarah. Absolutely it is. Let me just put that link in now. It is going to be amazing, and it's really about, I guess, for me, Bold is very much around trying to uncover your next layer of creativity, right? Catherine, if I'm having tea, can I even be in here? Well, yes, you can, hun, because today is the awesome show. It is not just the coffee run. And I do have coffee with me today. And you know what? It's my show, so you can drink whatever the hell you like. It's totally your call. Hey, Mandy. You're very welcome, Catherine. Very, very welcome, no matter what you're drinking. You could even drink bubbles if you chose to. I know it's only like 10 to 9 in your neck of the world, but that's okay. Like, it's fine. Whatever floats your boat. Not that I'm promoting drinking like early in the morning, but sometimes you might be on your way on an international flight and you need to drink champagne at like 9 o'clock in the morning. It's actually a necessity, and I don't think anyone should ever travel internationally at this time of the morning without a champagne kickstart. Just saying. That's why God invented champagne breakfasts and mimosas and stuff like that. It's because it's a thing. Champagne men. Yes, exactly. So Bold is about like unleashing this next layer of creativity for you. A bit like if you watch Mad Men, right? And you see how they storyboard their different marketing campaigns, their different advertising campaigns. I think the thing that we've all become a little bit, dare I say, complacent around, and me included for a while, was to kind of market in the same way that everybody else does, to do things in a really similar way, and to play it safe, actually. Because as you guys have seen, we have trolls come out of the woodwork every now and again. We have crazy people come out, like not our version of crazy, like I'm talking like definitely different crazy, come out of the woodwork at different times, and that's a bit different. But I guess it's really about standing out, right? And it's about you embracing and finding that creativity, those stories. Hey Ash, the storyline that you can use for your next marketing campaign, for your next thing. And that is really about being very brave, being very bold, being very fearless. And no matter what happens, knowing that the way that you're showing up is really aligned to you, and allowing the different sort of cycles, I guess, to go through with the different marketing campaigns that you're putting out there. So if you want to come and join, that is, so we're starting on Friday. Pre-work has already gone live. The sooner you start getting results, which is a whole lot of fun. Now, if you're listening to the audio, it is nicolamoras.com.au/bold. For those of you who are watching this on the tubes or on Facebook, you'll see the link in the comments just down below. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to love you and leave you and set you free to go create your content so that you can then, I call it content spinning, so that you can spin that all over the internet, go and share it, make lots of different things with all of these pieces that you've got in your content wardrobe, so that you're out there, you're seen, you're visible, you're actively out there helping people and making a really big difference while doing it. All right, everybody, have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow at 11 a.m. It is the Q&A Wednesday on, It is Q&A Wednesday on the Coffee Run tomorrow. So if you have questions about marketing, business, social media, visibility, bold, anything at all, let me know, jump in, let me know, and I'd be super happy to answer them for you. Otherwise, have fun, be visible, go change the world, and you're just a total badass, and I really want you to own that today. I'll talk to you tomorrow.